各位，我喺度補充下關於我上一條片啦，就提到咧加薩地帶有個組織個加薩人道基金會，咁呢個咁嘅基金會就向加薩地帶咧提供部分嘅人道救援物資，主要咧都係米麵粉意大利粉等等，呢啲全部無一例外都係需要用水去煮嘅。但係我哋知道而家以色列係關閉咗向加薩地帶供應嘅水，換句説話講，攞到呢啲食物都未必有用。而呢啲嘅救援站，所謂派發站設計，其實就係想做更加大嘅人道滅絕行為。喺呢度聯合國嘅安理會駐聯合國嘅加薩代表，亦都咧喺呢度就講述咗一大堆小朋友被以色列軍隊殺害嘅事實，每一個都有圖片，我就唔將佢前面同埋後邊講出嚟啦，淨係將佢咧係向大家展示緊圖片呢啲部分咧，同大家分享。咁我亦都唔出聲啦，咁大家可以直接聽下佢點樣。好明顯，非常憤怒，但係喺極大嘅自制之下，向大家報導呢啲兒童被殺嘅經過。
End quote. Why should one care about the children of darkness? All children are God's creation. All children are God's children. Here they are, those Palestinian children whose light shines over the entire earth and who were subjected to darkness. Hind, who was stuck with her family in a car, and after all the adults had been killed, her cousin Layan, 15 years old, was begging the rescuers to come and save them until she was struck by multiple bullets by Israeli occupation forces. That's when the world discovered the voice of Hind, begging to be rescued. Finally, she was also killed, and the rescuers coming to help her were killed. Khalid and Reem, we did not discover them like this. They were inseparable. We discovered them only when Reem was killed. And as her grandfather was holding his 3-year-old granddaughter, kissing her as if she was still alive, calling upon her, the soul of his soul, to stay with him. A few months later, Khalid also was killed. Yusuf, the 7-year-old, the youngest of his family, the boy with the curly hair, as he will become to be known for all Palestinians and for people around the world, also killed. The family of the pediatrician, Ala Najjar, who lost 9 of her 10 children. Only Adam survived. 9 of her 10 children. Sidar, Luqman, Sadin, Rival, Ruslan, Jubran, Eve, Rakan, and Yahya, aged between 7 months and 12 years. The Arafat family, the entire family found itself under the rubble. 13 members of the family were killed, including 7 children, in an airstrike, and the Israeli forces prevented rescuers from saving them. The images of Hala, 35 years old, as she was calling to be saved from under the rubble, will remain as part of the memory, collective memory of our people. And Salam that you evoked, Mr. President, 6 months old when she was screened for malnutrition, only to die a few days later. One image among many of our children starving. I will spare you the images of our children burning. Dunya, who lost a leg in an Israeli airstrike, where she lost also her family members, her mother, her father, her brother and sister. And Dunya, resilient, said, I will not lose hope. I will not give up on my dreams. I will become a doctor to help people. She was killed when a tank shell struck a children's ward at Al-Nasr Hospital a few weeks later. Hur lost her leg. Lost her family, her father, her mother, her 3 brothers. Her doctors had to amputate her left hand entirely and the fingers of her right hand, and she had wounds at her head and legs. Siwar and Selina, 3 years and 21 months old, together in life and together in death. This image, unfortunately tragic images, are the ones winning this World Photo Prize by Samar Abu al-Auf, a photo of Mahmoud, 9-year-old Palestinian boy whose arms were severed and mutilated during an Israeli attack on Gaza. But also in the West Bank, 8-year-old Adam. He ran when Israeli occupation forces shot at him, his brother, and his cousin. His cousin was killed. And he was killed when he was struck by a bullet while he was running away, a bullet in his head, in the back of his head. Remember these faces. It is our duty to remind you of them.
佢舉嘅例子中，包括咗非常之多係來自加沙地帶㗎，但係最後亦都包括咗一啲例子係來自西岸。加沙地帶入邊嘅管理者就係哈馬斯，而咧喺西岸嘅管理者就係 PLO， 係兩個唔同嘅政治組織。服務兩群土地上被乜接壤嘅巴勒斯坦人群。加沙地帶今日已經變成頹垣敗瓦。我而家嘗試揾一個視頻俾大家睇睇。喺呢個視頻之中，大家可以見到啦，加沙地帶被夷為平地。好。稍等一陣間呢度。
Building by building, Gaza is being erased. Cities like broken skeletons laid waste by war. Graveyards of life and lives. The streets, homes and coffee houses of old now cast to the ground. The soul of this place, along with the souls who lived here, brought to ruin in the rubble and dust. Israel bans foreign journalists from entering Gaza. 15,000 feet above is the closest we get to seeing for ourselves the consequences of the war it is waging here. When we joined an airdrop last week, Israel also tried to restrict images from above being filmed or shown. Aid being dropped from this flight is to those who are trying to survive in this hell. This was Gaza before the bombs started falling, a place of life where normal lives were lived. There is no sign of that normality now. This is one of the explosions which destroyed Gaza, targeting the Turkish-Palestine Friendship Hospital, the only specialist cancer hospital in Gaza. This is what's left of it now. This was the Al Wafa Old People's Home. We can't say what's become of its residents. This was a primary and secondary school. We can't say what became of the pupils. Many of the other ruins were homes. We can't say whether those that lived here survived or are among the 60,000 now dead. Under international law, it is a war crime to target schools, hospitals, and other civilian sites. This landscape of destruction looks otherworldly, yet it's not. It is this world, and what is happening may yet come to define one of its darkest eras, one that casts a stain on humanity which will endure for generations.
Goodness me, Emily.
好啦，咁就大家睇到有記者 趁住空投一啲救援物資嗰陣時，偷偷地咁樣喺空中影到加薩地帶今日嘅現象，見到學校、醫院、平民嘅設施被轟炸，入邊嘅人今日真係唔知去咗邊度。可能係包括咗而家已經知嘅6萬多名死者之中，亦話更加多無知嘅失蹤者，我哋真係唔知。正話條片，我就向大家講述咗一個美國嘅退休軍人親身入到去加薩地帶所見所聞。呢度俾咗大家2個唔同嘅資料，一個就係來自聯合國安理會入邊巴勒斯坦人代表所表示出嚟嘅個別人物，啱啱亦都大家見到由高空影到落去加薩地帶被破壞嘅情況。國際社會係時候要挺起骨頭，挺起背脊，對啲實施咁樣暴行嘅人嘅政府同埋軍隊採取行動。加薩人民同我哋所有人一樣，有血有淚嘅。佢哋錯在就係曾經居住喺一個以色列想要嘅地方上面，所以佢哋俾人屠殺，並非因為我哋嘅錯，而係因為佢居住喺唔應該居住嘅地方。世界如果有公義嘅話，係時候伸張㗎喇。好，多謝大家。